consultation.
Call on me, your MVP.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests really surprise us.
Downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it. I'm enjoying your format and what have you. I will tweet it to my several 100,000 followers and call their attention to it as well.
If the KBLA 1580 app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share, you should download the app and share with your friends too.
That's beautiful.
So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
He got a lot to talk about.
You can't even sit in peace. Cause all that is see on you. Don't just say it like me. Yeah, one that you call and you talk to, girl. I'll share my world with you. Waste your time, waste your time with me. Open your eyes and see. Giving you all you need. Waste your time with me. You could have all the space that you need. It's no pressure. If you got time to waste it with me. And nothing works so soon. Girl, you are that I see. And I am who I am. And I be where I be. If you ever hit me on a late night, I'll give you a clear mind. Might give you some insight.
Is this John B's son? Is he white? The white guy? No, black guy.
Waste your time with me.
I love playing Guess the Tune. Let's see if I can figure this out. Is it what? I would say they've had some mediocre success, or maybe some medium success.
Yeah, so we should recognize them.
I don't know if we should recognize them, but the production is dope. I don't know about his singing, but
Bobby Valentino?
No. The problem is that there haven't been too many R&B singers that have come out in recent memory for this guy to really stand out, and that's an issue. So this is an older song, somewhat.
For the past 5 years.
Yeah, so it's an older
Jeremiah.
song. Nope. Good guess, though. That was a good guess, Jeremiah.
He came out on fire, I want to say, back in 2017, summer of 2017.
Came out on fire on
2017.
Had a banger.
Little Sammy? Little Sammy?
He's from,
is it Jacquez?
Nah, he's from the East Coast. I want to say DMV area.
DMV area. Oh, we got Drake on this track.
Got Drake on the track, yep.
Okay.
2017.
Oh, wow.
So wait, maybe Trey Songz?
No.
I wouldn't even say that his name is household name.
Yeah. But this is big. He bought a Drake track. I mean,
this is 2017.
Yeah, so he might have bought the verse in 2014, which when Drake was probably still cheap.
Or this is when Drake was on everybody's stuff.
I don't know. Who is it? I give up. Give me one more hit.
Wait, give me one more.
Man, it's tough. Well,
DMV area, so that's Maryland, Virginia.
His last name sounds like
Oh, he has a last name, so it's two names.
It's two names, but his last name. So when you like the song, you're like, oh, that song is
fire.
Last name kind of sounds like that.
Fire, tire, Gryer, Meyer, Dryer.
Get that? Okay.
No, it sounds like
it sounds like something that's fire or hot.
It sounds like fire, but it's pronounced a little bit differently.
Crier?
No, it's fire.
Fire.
But pronounced differently.
Fuego.
Fire. Fire.
Fuego?
No. Fire.
Fire?
F-I-Y-A-H. Fires. Okay, then I don't know.
I absolutely don't know.
Brent Fires.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't know
Brent
who that is.
Fires.
Yeah.
Good night, sir.
He had a dope song in 2017. Google it.
And what song was that? Was that this one?
I forgot. No, it's not this one. I forgot the title of the song off top. But
Wow.
if you Google it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I just want to say though that even if you have all the ammunition that you need to be successful, it still is not a guarantee. Here we got a song that the production is good. Drake is on it. This came out in 2017. Drake is hot, but yet this song didn't really do much, or didn't do what it should have done. And maybe the talent's responsible for that. Maybe promotions.
No, maybe promotions. Because right now, everybody's independent, but they don't understand what that means.
Yeah, but his vocals are a little weak on that song. It's a nice album cut.
Well, maybe that's the best he can do because we don't know this guy.
According to Andy, he had a fire song.
Good night, Andy.
Andy is a good judgment of music.
When I find the title of the song, you're going to be like, oh, I remember this song.
That was him? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he basically is. This happens in music, one-hit wonders.
For sure.
You know?
Listen, because where's Devo? I mean, I don't know.
Devo?
Devo's still. Are you talking about Devo from the 80s?
Yes.
I just saw them in May. They're still doing their thing.
But they still were only popular for maybe one or two songs. They were very similar to the Milli Vanilli. And you know what? You know who else that I sat and watched an entire tag team? You're right. And you know what? And I didn't like their version of this song either. I like 69 Boys. Whoop, there it is.
That was Whoop. There it is.
That was Whoop.
No, this was Whoop. Yeah, theirs was Whoop.
Yes.
I remember watching the American Music Awards when this song was nominated for an award. Coming up next, Womp, there it is on the American Music Awards on ABC.
They said Womp.
Womp, there it is.
Womp, womp.
I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, where's DC and...
I got some clarity.
Yes.
So Brent Fires was actually a featured artist on a very popular song. Gold Link featuring Brent Fires.
Oh, yes! Hey! I like this song. Okay, I get it. He was trying to go along the lines of being the new age Nate Dogg. I just featuring spice up songs, and it didn't catch on because Trey Songz had already been doing that.
All right, how are you guys doing today? Everything good?
Everything is everything. Is anybody excited that we have a black female mayor? No, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to see how she implements her plan. That's on her website. You can go check out Karen Bass. There's a lot of great things on there.
Yes.
And I want to see how she's going to implement it. I want to participate. I want to help.
Oh, perfection.
And
I am going to call on you.
I want to, I want to be there to give this woman who is going to be the mayor of Los Angeles as much help as she's possibly going to need to take on this monumental task of righting the wrongs in this city.
Yes.
And helping massive amounts of people out. I think we could say that there was a mandate that was. She was sent into office with a mandate. And the mandate is that, listen, we have been throwing money at a problem. That's why Rick Caruso is not going to be good because you can't buy your way into fixing the issues that LA has.
For sure.
We need someone who has been working for California for a number of years. We need someone who lives here in Los Angeles. We need someone who is intellectually smart, who can sit there and knows the system and align it to where it's running like a well-oiled machine.
Absolutely.
And so if Karen Bass has a plan, I'm all about supporting that
She
because
absolutely does.
she wants to get people off the streets. She wants to stop people from going to the streets. She wants to fix LA. And listen, I don't think anybody who is against. I hope Rick Caruso gets on board. And if he can spend $100 million on a campaign, maybe Rick Caruso can spend money to help Karen Bass out with her agenda. If Rick Caruso cares so much about Los Angeles because he spent $100 million, put your money where your mouth is.
Well, you talk the talk exactly. That's the whole point. And the thing
that's
is
not nothing to be
Karen
mean.
definitely has Karen has been doing this for over 30 years. Identifying a problem, doing the research to find out what the root of the problem is, creating a plan to solve the problem or at least ease the problem, and implement it.
Well, you're biased though. You've worked with Karen Bass for years.
So that way I know that she's enjoying it.
Well, did you guys see his statement when he conceded?
What did he say?
Yeah,
what did he say?
It was I felt it was very appropriate. He basically said that, welcome to the new mayor. He also said that he will do his part to kind of like help with her success, and he encouraged his people that voted for him to jump on board and be a part of that with her.
That's good.
So he was very professional, and it appeared very supportive. So, I mean, I was really surprised that he was so supportive and very happy. It appeared that from his statement, he appeared like, hey, whatever you need, I'm here to help you, and I want all of my fans to do the same. That's basically
Do you think low-key he's relieved that he didn't get the job?
No, I think he wanted the job. I think this is for a person of his stature and listen, I don't think Rick Caruso did not want to do any good for LA. I think he probably had the best wishes for doing it.
I don't think so.
You can't. He's an Angelino. Why would you spend $100 million on
a record?
Why would you spend $100 million
to get a job?
To get a job that pays $269,000.
Because you want the power and control.
No, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that you.
For you and your friends.
I don't think. Listen, if I do want the power of control for me and my friends, and I want to help Angelinos out at the same time, those two things can align at the same time too.
They can, but they didn't. Because if he wanted to help Angelinos, he could have been doing that without running for mayor, or he could have been doing it alongside.
Get talking to the mic.
Sorry.
We're on the radio.
He could. We're on the radio.
We're on the radio.
Yes, but you have to do that. He could have done that alongside. He could have been doing that all along.
Well, maybe this is the wake up. Maybe this is the wake up call that he needs to sit there and say, "Hey, how can I be of service to the city that has given me so much?"
I love that you give him that much.
No, I give anybody that much.
Do you?
The voters of Los Angeles have spoken. They loud and clear.
Yes.
And they do not. He spent a lot of money. He came from behind and still didn't win. And that says something. That says that, listen, Angelinos don't want money. We want problem solvers in areas of government. I don't
think that anybody was looking for him to spend money. No one was looking for him to spend money. Everyone, I think that Angelinos are educated voters, and they actually look for you to have a solution to the problem.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that he didn't really have a solution that was different from what we're already doing.
And you know what?
Sometimes
when you have elevated yourself up the social economic ladder to a level so high, you can become out of touch with the average individual who is out here working paycheck to paycheck, like most Americans, trying to pay their bills. But maybe this is a wake-up call for Rick Caruso.
Maybe.
And I ask and plead with him to pledge money and his support for Karen Bass. I think that was a very beautiful,
you should
statement
read
that he
it.
read.
I was really surprised. I didn't expect him to walk away. He walked away like with his head up and basically I tried. He didn't bash or anything. Mm-hmm. He just lended support towards her efforts.
Right, because he wants to. That right there says. He could have been like, hey, they stole the election.
Yeah, he didn't do any of that.
Karen Bass
because then they would have aligned him way too much with Trump.
Right. No,
and he'd been trying to dance away from his alignment with Trump.
He conceded. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I think Angelinos
You don't
wanted
get
to.
credit for doing stuff you're supposed to do.
Come on! You don't have to concede. He could have just walked away and said
But
nothing.
You're supposed to.
You're not supposed to. Rick Caruso doesn't have to do anything.
I understand. I didn't say have to. I said suppose.
He could have walked away and did nothing. He could have said nothing. He could have just disappeared.
But then he knows that would have looked bad on him and his character.
Let's see if this is a piece of some audio from Tavis Smiley sat down with Karen Bass.
Isley Brothers, all on today's show. We commenced this program with the history-making mayor-elect of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here, and we've got you back, and we don't black down. So you know that we'll be there for you for the next 4 years. Let me start with this. I know you got a full schedule.
It's amazing. We get the first interview. We were the first to call her the winner of the race.
Because we are awesome.
Yeah, the city will be watching you. The world will be watching you in a few moments, actually 2 hours. 11 o'clock is your first presser, your first press conference. So I thank you for putting us on the docket first, but I want to be mindful of your time, so let me get 15 or 20 minutes out of the way and let you roll. Let me start with this. I said on the program a couple of days ago that I am not a candidate, was not a candidate for mayor of this city, and it was working my nerves having to wait for this outcome. So just tell me and the audience, how did you process? Tom Petty once said the waiting is the hardest part. So how did you process your way through the waiting?
What do you think she's going to say?
I think she's going to say that she felt like it was in the hands of the people, and that the people would make the best decision, and so it gave her some ease to know that that the educated voters of Los Angeles would
make the right decision
and come through.
All right. Well, listen, I'll play what her response is when we come forward. 800-920-1580 gets into the conversation. Karen Bass, how did she wait out the mayoral election results? What did she do? Did she drink her sorrows away, thinking I'm going to lose with Hennessy?
No, she kept going. She was going around to Alvin.
Yeah, was she celebrating with margaritas everywhere because she knew she was going to win?
I hope she was, but I think that she just kept going around and going to the different headquarters of her campaign and just thanking everybody that worked for her.
Did she binge watch Orange is the New Black and do nothing? We're going to get Karen Bass's response to the question, what did you do and how did you wait to figure out, because this is a whole week and some change to figure out whether you won this election. We'll get to that when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. Can you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. And we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580 would like to thank all the businesses that tune in to KBLA at work. We celebrate you, your calls to the station, and your overall support. To show our appreciation, we would like to treat your office to a lunch for 10, brought to you by K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app or log on to KBLA1580.com to be selected for our Office of the Week. We know you are just like our staff, putting in many smart, hard-working hours per week. We just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you. You and your staff deserve lunch on us. Enter your office to win lunch for 10 and be highlighted on KBLA Talk 1580 as our Office of the Week. Open the KBLA on to KBLA 1580 to enter your office today to become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week, sponsored by K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering.com. Become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. This has been a KBLA Talk 1580 community call to action.
Leaving things half done, not a good look. Like a half-done hairdo.
All done.
Shouldn't the curls be on both sides? A half-baked peach cobbler.
A gummy crust? I don't think so.
Or a half of a domino.
Bam! Big six!
But where's the other half? Don't go halfway, especially with your immunity to COVID-19. Stay up to date with your vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
It's pro time, because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
There's nothing like the especially when it's coming from your new kitchen in your new home. When you're ready, Rocket Mortgage can help with loan options to fit your needs, some with as little as 3% down to help you get into your new home and the kitchen. Then you can let Grandma break it in. So when it's time to buy that house and make it home, Rocket can. For more information, call 888-900-0409 or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. MLSConsumerAccess.org, number 33.
At Social Security, we are always thinking of ways to save you time and make things easier. That's why we created My Social Security. A My Social Security account allows you to access your earnings history and benefits information, request a replacement Social Security card, get a proof of income letter, estimate and apply for benefits, and more. Save time. Go online. Open a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. Social Security. Securing today and tomorrow.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Less BS per broadcast. Fewer microaggressions per megawatt. KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, so Karen Bass anxiously waiting. How did she wait for the results? What did she do? Was she drinking her sorrows away? Was she
sorrows?
No, I'm saying, was she celebrating with margaritas? Was she shooting dice somewhere?
Okay, first of all, don't make her Quavo. She is...
Or was she say, you know what? I need to get started. I need to start working on my plan.
She was writing out a plan. That's what she was doing.
That's what she was doing. Let's see what she has to say. All right, well, there we go. All right, great.
Well, actually, I felt fine through the waiting because what we thought was it was going to go exactly like the primary, and that's what happened, which is the early votes would favor Rick. They would be the more conservative votes, and that as more and more votes came out, they would go my way. But, this is the challenge for all of us with this new system. Mm-hmm. So, the ballots weren't completely received until this Tuesday, meaning if you voted on November 8th, it was 7 days before your ballot had to be in.
That's interesting. 7 days?
So we knew we had to wait, and we were just hoping it was going to go the way it did. So very excited.
Yeah. Since you mentioned Rick Caruso, let me follow you right up on that. The thing that is most impressive for me, I've said this before on this program in the days preceding, and we'll talk about your being the first woman. We'll talk about your being the second African American. As you well know, I worked for Tom Bradley, the first black mayor of this city. Mm-hmm. So for me, this is a moment of personal pride and privilege. It's a full circle moment for me to be talking to you.
Do I get to bask in any of that pride and privilege since I'm associated with Thomas? Can I say that I worked for the man who worked for the man?
No.
I'm associated with Tom Bradley, right?
The lowest of the keys, no one can.
I can't do that?
It's the same thing that they're saying right now about like the old rappers are not relevant right now. It's the same thing.
No, Tom Bradley did a lot for this city.
He did, but how long ago was that?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Oh.
We love Tom, and I appreciate his actual terminal in LAX. I absolutely, we love
That's
Tom.
All he gets is you appreciate the terminal.
Listen, everything that he did, he did before I was politically active, so I can't say that I know all the things that he did, but I trust that when y'all say that he did great things, that he did. Right. But, okay, that was like 474 years ago.
I tell you,
right now?
Sounds just like a millennial.
I'm not even a millennial.
I said you just sound like one.
You tried it. I'm not going to be sounding like a millennial ever.
Very let back in this particular moment in the LA history. But the thing that I find most impressive beyond being a woman, beyond being an African American, or certainly right along with it, is that you survived a $100 million frontal assault.
That's a good question.
And that is a game changer. I mean, I've been getting calls from around the country, indeed around the world, because you changed the game here. I mean, you've become iconic because I've been studying history trying to find an example. I mean, Rick Caruso didn't run for governor. He ran for mayor of Los Angeles. You survived a $100 million plus frontal assault. You're going to be asked this question for the rest of your life. How did you do it?
Well, you know what? I mean, it's not.
Wait, I just want to say, this is your master class. Listen up.
Listen.
This is your master class. Listen up.
Okay, go for it.
In the sense that I always keep my eyes on the prize. I know why I did this. I am always focused on our folks. And anytime I got down or doubted, all I had to do was walk outside and see those tents and know that 30% of the people in those tents were African American. 44% were Latino. That's 74% Black and brown folks sleeping on the streets. That keeps me focused, and that will continue to keep me focused. So then, about our ancestors and what we've been through. And, you know, that makes you go, oh, look, I can do this. I mean, they're TV ads. Nobody's physically assaulting me, but I keep my eyes on the prize, and the prize are our folks.
How much money did you spend when all said? I know you're not the treasurer of your campaign, but you're up against $100 million. How much did you spend?
Oh, those are the ancestors. You hear them? Those are the ancestors. Hold on, the ancestors are playing. No, she said. I was thinking about the ancestors.
That's not all she said she was thinking about either.
And they just popped up. Oh, the ancestors are here.
And they said, thank you, we got you.
And then I always think about our ancestors and what we've been through.
Oh, well, there we go. The ancestors are playing the music. Thank you.
They said, we got you, Karen Bass.
Oh, we got you, Karen Bass. Hey! We got you, Karen Bass. Come on now. We got you, Karen Bass.
You see, it's the rules. I don't make the rules.
All right. The ancestors are speaking. Karen Bass, they pushed her to the victory line.
For sure. They carried her across.
They carried her from Wakanda to Los Angeles. The ancestors have spoken. Wakanda. 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 Translation to Los Angeles.
Absolutely not. You know how many black people are in Los Angeles? Get out.
We get more with Karen Bass, Travis Smiley when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Los Angeles Mayor-elect Karen Bass is giving her victory speech.
Now, no matter who you voted for, I will be a mayor for you.
As of late yesterday, Bass's lead over billionaire businessman Rick Caruso was more than 46,000 votes, with 76% of those ballots counted. Deshaun Watson is back practicing with the Cleveland Browns for the first time since training camp. He's now eligible to play against the Houston Texans on December 4th. Watson has been serving an 11-game suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. The FBI is looking into details surrounding the death of an African-American Charlotte woman in Mexico. Investigators there say 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson died of alcohol poisoning last week. Her death certificate, though, reportedly states it was due to a spinal cord injury. Her family says a video showing Robinson being beaten has surfaced on social media. And that's the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
On its Lawson Avenue. It's a broken down vehicle that's in the right-hand lane of the roadway, and the 110 heading southbound slow going from the 4-level interchange down to Gage Avenue. 110 northbound not any better. It's a long string of brake lights from Rosecrans Avenue up to the 5 freeway. 101 northbound, this is right at Highland Avenue. It's a broken down vehicle in the middle lanes here, and you're slow from the East LA interchange to Vermont Avenue.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and my company is Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to provide custom blinds, shades, and shutters at affordable prices. Our blinds are easy to install and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive professional. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Clippers forward Kawhi Leonard is questionable for tonight's home game against Detroit. The fact that Leonard is listed as questionable on the Clippers injury report is an indication he may be close to playing again. The 5-time All-Star has missed the last 13 games to get more treatment on his right knee. Leonard had ACL surgery in July of 2021 and missed all of last season. After playing in 2 games this season, he had stiffness and swelling in the knee. The Lakers are back in action Friday night against Detroit. Not a bad NFL game tonight if you need some football. Green Bay is at Tennessee. You get to see the baddest man in the NFL tonight, Tennessee running back Derrick Henry. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. Report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call me your MVP.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests really surprise us.
Let me just close with saying I downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it. I'm enjoying your format and what have you. I will tweet it to my several 100,000 followers and call their attention to it as well.
If the KBLA 1580 app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share, you should download the app and share with your friends too.
That's beautiful.
What you say? So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Maisha Cairo here with Dom Kennedy. Advancing Black Wealth Tour. They're here to promote generational wealth building in Black communities. He's an independent rapper and the owner of OPM record label. Dom Kennedy, why do you find it important to be here today at this event with Chase?
For me, we've been having a lot of conversations with them, and been giving me a lot of good facts and a lot of good feedback that I felt like needed to be shared. And if people heard it, they would take to the information and it would help them on their quest to be homeowners and just better off financially across the board. They like my perspective and being an artist and somebody that people knew that was born and raised in LA. People older and like bank managers could kind of be a little intimidating, I guess, to everyday people, especially that has never purchased a home. So just the angle of me being able to communicate it and make the story real, I guess for the younger people was a great opportunity and I didn't want to pass on.
That's awesome. So answer me this. Why is it important for companies like Chase to promote generational wealth in Black and brown communities?
Keep it real, they make a lot of money off the Black and brown communities. I look at it like it's a great responsibility for them to take on, to want to share some knowledge and some facts and try to put more people in homes, and give them a shot at and a chance at generational wealth. I think it's beneficial to both parties,
I'm Maisha Cairo, and that was Dom Kennedy. Stay tuned for more tips from Chase's Advancing Black Wealth.
Health is Wealth and Medicare and Covered California's open enrollment for medical insurance is here. RHJ Insurance Agency can help you find affordable rates and the plan that's just right for you and your family. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote. Don't leave your health to chance. Open enrollment is here and affordable coverage is just a phone call away. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote and get the coverage you need. Go to www.rhjins.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
All right.
Every time I think about Ticketmaster, I just get mad because I hate them so much. They take advantage of people.
When Krista gets mad, it seems like it's a baby. It's like, this baby's mad, and she means business.
Ticketmaster is a subsidiary of Live Nation Entertainment.
That's crazy.
So we're going to get into a story about Taylor Swift and the Attorney Generals in Tennessee looking into AEG Live Nation.
Oh, good.
Over that. We're going to get into that. Let's go to Don in Los Angeles, who's upset with the banter.
Oh.
Hello, Don. How are you? Yes, how can I help you, sir?
Hey, man. Okay. How are you and all your guests in studio?
Great.
And everything. Okay, sometimes you guys' conversation goes into
buffoonery,
buffoonery. It goes into a mediocre conversation about nothing. I'm not here to blast.
Can you give me an example, Don, on what you were saying?
That's about nothing.
Yeah. What was about nothing that we talked about?
Oh, okay. What I'm saying with you guys.
No, I'm just asking. What
you guys don't get to the meat of the issues, you guys kind of skirt around the edges.
Well,
okay.
Well, Don, give me an example. Give me an example so I can.
That's you guys.
Don.
You guys.
Don. Listen to me. Just listen. Give me an example so I know what you're talking about, please. Give me an example.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. What I said, you didn't listen to me because I said you guys skirt around the issue.
Give me an example of what you're talking about, Don, so I can be on the same page. Don, I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with you, Don. Give me an example of what you're talking about, please.
All of your topics, okay?
All of them?
You won't listen to me. On all of your topics. On all of your topics.
Well, now, what would
you...
all of our topics are not issues.
Y'all, but, no. See... Bye, y'all.
You gonna hang up on me, Don?
Don said I don't want to talk
about it. The reason why he hung up is because he couldn't give a specific example. I feel like if he said, well, on this particular day.
The
ancestors love what we're talking about. The ancestors are back, and they are here. They are listening. Oh, wow. The ancestors are loving what we're talking. Listen, Don. Listen, I want to address and Don. I know you hung up, and listen, I'm not trying to create conflict with you. I don't understand what you're talking about, and I just want you to clarify so that I can have some understanding. You're making a general, vague statement that everything I talk about is not meats and gravy. Well, it may be meats and gravy to me.
Right.
Or somebody else. It may not be meats and gravy to you, but if you can let me know, if you can inform me, Don, because I don't want to lose you as a listener. I love you. If you can inform me on what more you would like to know about the issues we cover, and you want me to do some in-depth coverage, some investigative reporting, like what is it? I just want to know what it is. That's all I was trying to get to. You got to get to the point.
And and I feel like we each subject that we kind of bring up, we also talk about the reports that's been on them, and and then kind of just give our opinion on the subject.
All right, let's go back. Don's back. Don's back. All right, Don, we love you. We love you.
I'm back
all
with
right.
you.
We love
and then sometimes you guys skirt around what the real issues are, and it offends me. I love Tavis. I love KBLA. I love everything that's going on with y'all, but sometimes you guys are so on the fringes that we don't get to the meat of what the subject and the topics are.
So I'm looking at Andy right now, and Andy's looking at you saying,
no disrespect.
No, it's not disrespect.
I love y'all.
Can you just, Don,
we love you too, Don.
We love you. Can you please give me an example so that we can be on the same page? I'm not trying to press you. I'm just asking for understanding from your point of view on what is it, if you, like, let's say maybe...
Right, think of yesterday when we were talking about Karen Bass's plan. Don sat here and read the entire plan. So what did we say around?
I approve of Karen Bass. I've been in her camp. I have done a lot of her campaigns. I've done a lot of things with her. But then when a lot of times you guys skirt around the edges, and it's like, okay, let's get to the meat.
What are you talking about? He just read the entire plan that Karen has for homeless yesterday. The entire plan in its entirety. That's not skirting around the edges.
Are you saying our personal opinions, we don't go into depth about how we personally feel?
What my conversation is with you guys, and I'm pointing to everybody that's on the air. I listen to you guys every day.
I love you for that.
And I love you guys.
Love you.
And sometimes it's just like, well, can we get to the heart of the matter? And a lot of times you guys don't go there. You
Well,
guys,
because
like I say,
you have
guys
other
skirt around the
shows
edge.
that
You
do
guys
that.
skirt around the edges.
But you have other
You guys
shows
skirt
that do
around the
that. No,
edges.
we don't skirt around the edges. We actually
Yes,
give the
y'all
information. Do you
Yes,
remember
y'all
yesterday?
do.
You remember
Yes,
yesterday,
y'all
Don?
do.
Don, let's not scream at each other.
I cut him off.
I'm just saying. But yesterday you read the entire plan. That's not skirting around the edges. That's the entire plan. We talked about the entire plan that Karen had for homeless. It's not skirting around the edges. If you're saying that we joke and we play too much, okay, then that is absolutely your opinion, and other hosts and other shows have different styles.
I was just looking for clarity to try to answer your question and give you more of what you want, but you're not giving me clarity.
Don seems
you're speaking in very vague terms that I don't know what that means. What does the meat and bones? If you could sit there and say, "Hey, Don, you were talking about what's one topic we were talking about recently?"
We talked about. You went in depth about child support and how you felt. So he is absolutely factually incorrect when it comes to that.
So if you say, Don, you're talking about child support, I feel that you don't really understand the meats and bones of the legislation that was brought up that gives child support its authority, that allows this system in California to exist, and that California lawmakers have to implement. Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Because all I can tell you is just. I mean, you want me to go behind the scenes? You want me to...
But what he doesn't seem to understand is the morning shows are a little bit more serious, and then after D.L. Hughley, it becomes a little bit more light and fun, like people talking. But you do, in my opinion, a thorough job with each topic.
I dig into it as much as I'm able to dig into it, and then if I don't know the answers, like yesterday, we brought in Dominic DePrima because we were having issues about we were talking about the GOP getting the House, and it was a California race that kind of tipped him over, and so we were talking to Dominic DePrima. We bring experts in, but I don't know what you're referring to when you said I'll get to the meats and issue, and I don't know either because
I ain't never danced for nobody, and I have an opinion about everything.
I don't mind serving the audience up what they want.
Well, my friend just left an open mic, and she said we're probably not going to like it, and it looks like she might possibly agree with the caller.
Let's see what she's.
So see what she has to say.
Oh my God, here we go.
Maybe she can give such.
I mean, if Don has some clarity and he calls back, I would love to hear if he has clarity.
People on the YouTube chat are saying that they're looking for us to be more like Tavis, and
I'm not Tavis Smart,
and that's exactly what they're saying. That's what Mimi Davis on our YouTube is saying. This is not Tavis.
This is not Tavis Smiley. I'm not trying to be Tavis Smiley. Matter of fact, I couldn't be Tavis Smiley on his worst day. That's not something I could do.
Tavis on his worst day.
I don't think anybody can be Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley has such an intellect, and you got to understand, Tavis Smiley has education. He has years of experience in working with government. He has years of experience in working in media that transcend mine. All I can give you is a layman intellectual opinion of what I'm dealing with and what you may be going through. That's all. And a little with a little comedic tone to it.
And like you always say, it's just a conversation. And you always say that.
And that's what it's really just we're having a conversation that you are welcome into.
Right.
Because the conversation is for you. So I never come up here saying I know everything.
Another thing is not everybody, Don, knows everything. That's the thing. People are still finding their way. They're trying to figure it out, and that's what real life is all about. Not everybody's a scholar, Don.
But I could get on the radio and pretend.
But everybody's not Don either.
Right, exactly.
I could get on the radio and pretend. Listen here, according to my PhD buddies at UCLA, the asparagus root is going to happen and it's going to come up.
Ew.
Yeah, that's you know that, right? It's going to affect the global warming population. Did you know that?
Are you kidding? Are you serious?
No, I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. The asparagus root is affecting the climate here in California.
I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to that stuff.
Come on. No,
I'm being serious.
Confuse me.
Okay.
So they've got a big asparagus festival up north because they plant a lot of asparagus out there.
Are you being funny? Are you being serious?
I'm having a scholarly approach to you, and the asparagus is being planted in California because the water is drying up and is causing, because it's dying, a lot of smog into the air, which is affecting the climate of California.
But see, I'm going to tell you, your average, let's be real, your average person, do they give a flying crap? No, they don't.
No,
There's some people that really are book smart, they're into stuff like that. Some people that just like to talk and give their opinion as an average person.
Yeah,
period.
and there's no asparagus climate change.
Because I'm over here like, should I be Googling this?
Hold on, let me hear what your friend has to say.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful people. I just wanted to...
Don't make me start a fight with her again.
I'm not. Don't start a fight with my friend. But let's hear what she has to say.
She said it's all those beautiful people. That's a nice way
what she has to say.
Sandwich it.
Say the whole enthusiasm behind Karen Bass winning over Caruso.
All right, hold on.
We should wait
and
see exactly what she does.
Yeah, all right, hold on. Okay, so
to help.
Hold on, because for some reason your friend has some weird phone who only records to one side.
Oh.
I mean, can we get her a new phone?
Wow.
Hey, you got money.
What do you mean me? Why are you talking about me?
Listen, the chat on the live chat on YouTube is going up.
Hold on.
Xavier Mays says you guys are hilarious. Real Justin says just always be you, Don. Seriously.
I gotta fix your friend's audio.
Carl Brewer says make him even more mad and talk about Krista's cat.
Yes, can we talk about my cats today? That would make me so happy. By the way, while Don's fixing this, I did have a cat that passed away. I've been crying. 14 years old Daisy, he died, and
you named a boy cat Daisy.
We are the first to transgender most of our
cats.
We have a female Walter.
And just to show you that,
a boy,
my girlfriend's daughter has a cat, and she hit her up for $2,000 because the cat ate some string. And I'm like, $2,000.
It's expensive.
All right,
well, what usually happens?
They barf it up.
Right.
Here we go. Here's your friend.
Hello, beautiful people. I just wanted to say the whole enthusiasm behind Karen Bass winning over Caruso. We should wait and see exactly what she does.
Good night.
To help this?
I love you, Janice.
To help.
Listen, she'll get mad at you.
Okay, come on. Let's finish.
I've tried to be friends with this
Love
woman.
my Janice.
To help
She's a good woman.
Because as someone who's been in the city since 1972, and I've seen the city change, and a lot of people make promises, and nothing happens.
I'm sorry. Denise,
how long do you want us to wait? Like,
Denise,
celebrate her?
The ancestors are drowning you out. I'm sorry, Denise. The ancestors don't want to hear you anymore. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's the ancestors. They don't want to hear anything. All right, listen. We're gonna get to more of this conversation. We're gonna get to more of this interview with.
So you just dogged my friend out with the ancestor music.
Whoa! I didn't play that. I didn't.
Our ancestors.
The ancestors. I didn't know what. I didn't even touch it. I don't.
You're absolutely disrespectful.
I don't even have any controls in the studio. I just got a microphone.
I feel like you're kind of somewhat a little bigoted towards my friends.
Listen, I don't have any control over it.
I think you should organize your cats and have them all call in.
All right. All right, listen, we're going to get to more of what Karen Bass had to say this morning with Tavis Smiley, Mayor-elect Karen Bass here, going to be the next mayor of the city of Los Angeles. Can't wait to hear about the great work she's going to be doing and how we can support her, because regardless of who you voted for at the end of the day, we do have a mayor.
Yes, we do.
And we want to make sure that this mayor is set up for success. Let's see your phone call. We're going to get to you. All of this when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Tweets with racial slurs have soared since Elon Musk took over Twitter. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. Only a week after the Tesla CEO bought Twitter, reports of the racial epithet used to attack black people was reportedly used target both Jews and Hispanic people also increase. This all according to research done by the Center for Countering Digital Hate. KBLA listeners, what do you think about Musk, the man who describes himself as a free speech absolutist taking over Twitter? Let us know by tweeting us at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years.
How much money did you spend?
Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com. I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feeling pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, okay. You're back on. Let's go to Melrose in LA. What's going on, Melrose?
Real quick. First of all, this show, meat. This guy Don is talking about meat. This guy Don. None of his calls had any meat in them. Your show is Chateaubriand, filet mignon, Ruth Chris, yours, Musso and Frank.
Right, I love it. What's the new lady's name? I love you. We don't have to make this a love fest about me. Those who like
What's the new lady's name?
Marlo J.
Marlo, you're fantastic, and so are you, Krista. But Marlo, I love your when you talk like a sister. I love it. You know, I always want to be black.
So Melrose is a Jewish guy.
When you're extra Negro.
Melrose is a Jewish guy who loves black women. He loves black women.
I love black, and I love when you rag on Trump. I love it. Listen. This is real. I know you got a million calls, and you got to probably go to break. First of all, this is the best show on radio. I'm not going to mention the other guys that have given up for this show, but they're three right-wing guys on AM radio that I used to listen to. And I love when you rag on Trump. I love it. Because I'm one of those guys that listens to Tavis in the morning and reads the LA Times and New York Times and reads the Congressional Record. And I love this show because I can relax and be human and normal.
Right.
And so the whole point is just us having a conversation about what's affecting our lives. That's it, and us talking about it.
That's it.
That's it.
Best show on radio.
All right, Melrose.
Love you. It's the best show on radio.
Melrose, don't let me find you when I'm over by my dispensary.
Look out!
All right, Melrose. Thank you, man. Hey, we love you, man. Tav was talking to Karen Bass this morning. First interview. We were the first to announce that she won the mayoral race. First interview that she gave. And Tavis has a very good question here about the amount of money that was spent in this race.
How much money did you spend when all said? I know you're not the treasurer of your campaign, but you're up against $100 million. How much did you spend?
We spent $9 million, and I do have a little debt, but $9 million. And by the way, the most ever raised in a mayoral race prior to this is $10 million, and that was Eric Garcetti.
Wow.
So $10 million was considered a lot, and now you're talking $108 million.
Yeah.
Jesus is
You mentioned black folk and brown folk in those tents. I'll get to that in a few moments, I promise you. I say this somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but I can give you any number of empirical examples to prove my point if I had the time, if I wanted to. But it is the case historically that when cities or nations get to be so bad off, they'll let Negroes take over.
You know what? That was the thing with Obama. They were like, "Oh God, the country must be over, and we'll let anybody get in control." Which is, it's not right. It's not right to have that view because leadership comes in many forms, races, cultures, influences whatsoever. And so just because a black woman is elected doesn't mean that LA is that bad off. I mean,
bad off. Why is it bad off? Listen,
well,
black women has made a way out of no way.
What I'm saying is LA is in rough shape here.
But they should be happy that they got a black woman in place now, so that she can make gumbo out of all this mess.
There is an old adage though that says, listen, give it to the minority so that when they can't fix it, we can be like, see, we gave them a chance. We put a black woman in, and she couldn't even fix it. They did this with Obama.
They did with Obama, but Obama came back and said, you know what, here, lemonade, bam.
Well, they're just going to say whatever they want to say regardless of whatever the truth is at the end of the day.
They let Obama run the country when things got that bad. I could list off a number of cities where this is the case. So are you sure you really want this job now that you have it?
You know what? I also was Speaker of the House when we had the greatest recession since the Great Depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's when we're needed the most. That is when we're needed the most. Because anytime times are hard, who gets the brunt of it? And so we can't. To me, Tavis, what really drove me was that, and I know Rick, and Rick is fine, and we've been friends and all of that. But what really drove me was the idea that someone would take over that would dial the clock back to the 90s. Because, when the 90s hit and it was crack and Crips and Bloods, the only thing to criminalize us. And to me, addiction to crack cocaine was a health issue. And I feel like, what drives homelessness, I mean, we know it's affordability, but it's also a health issue. It's a social issue. It's an economic issue.
Yeah. All right. More of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Suspended net star Kyrie Irving is reportedly nearing the end of his team-imposed suspension. According to ESPN, Irving could return to the Nets as soon as Sunday when they host the Memphis Grizzlies. The Nets banned the 30-year-old on November 4th after he posted links on social media to what some feel is an anti-Semitic movie